A park ranger walked into a campsite on the morning of June 14th and stopped dead in his tracks. The fire was still burning, breakfast was still cooking, and the tent, zipped shut from the inside, was completely impossibly empty. 2 days earlier, the Whitfields had pulled into this same clearing. Mark, Sarah, and their 10-year-old son, Eli. A normal family. A normal trip. The night before, Mark texted a co-worker. Perfect weather. Kids having a blast. It was the last message anyone ever heard from him. The fire hadn't just been left burning. It had been burning for hours. Unattended. The Whitfields were the kind of careful campers who never left a flame alone, not even for 5 minutes. So why was breakfast still cooking with nobody watching it? Nothing was packed. Nothing was grabbed in a hurry. The cooler sat open, ice barely melted. It didn't look like a family who had left. It looked like a family who had simply stopped. Mid-morning, mid-motion. Like someone had hit pause on their entire lives. The ranger called out. Nothing, not a rustle, not a voice. He unzipped the tent himself, bracing for the worst, and found sleeping bags still laid out, a flashlight still glowing, a child's stuffed animal tucked under the arm of an empty sleeping bag. But no Whitfields. No sign they'd even climbed out. Here's the detail that stopped investigators cold. That tent only had one zipper, one way in, one way out, and it had been fastened shut from the inside. Try it yourself sometime. You physically cannot zip a tent closed from outside without tearing the seam. No tear was ever found. Within the hour, the radio call went out. Rangers, then state police, descended on the park. Nobody was worried yet. This was a fenced, patrolled state forest. A family on foot couldn't get far. That confidence lasted exactly one search. By nightfall, they had found nothing. No footprints leaving the campsite, no broken branches, no disturbed leaves, no snapped twigs. Nothing to suggest 3 people, one of them a 10-year-old boy, had walked into that forest at all. 2 days into the search, they found something. A single child's shoe, nearly 400 yards from camp, resting at the edge of a ravine. Not torn, not scuffed, not muddy on the inside, as if it had been taken off gently and placed there on purpose. Search dogs picked up a scent right at that shoe, and then lost it completely at the ravine's edge, like it had been switched off. One handler put it bluntly. It wasn't a trail that faded, it was a trail that stopped existing. Detectives ran through every theory they had. Animal attack, no blood, no struggle, nothing dragged. Voluntary disappearance. Then why leave a burning fire, cooking food, and your child's shoe behind? Every explanation collapsed the moment they tested it. Park logs showed no other visitors within 2 miles that night. No cars on the access road, no cell pings, no witnesses, no sightings. Whatever took the Whitfields did it silently, and did it fast enough that nobody, anywhere, heard a single sound. Relatives described them as painfully ordinary. No debts, no enemies, no reason for anyone to want them gone. Sarah's sister said what haunted her most wasn't the disappearance itself. It was how peaceful the campsite looked. Like they'd just stepped away for a second and never came back. The search stretched on for 11 days. Helicopters, cadaver dogs, volunteers from 3 counties combing over 400 acres. And after all of it, nothing. Not a second shoe, not a scrap of fabric, not one more clue, ever. The file is still open today. No bodies, no suspects, no theory that survives contact with the evidence. just a fire that kept burning, a tent sealed from the inside, and a family that vanished so completely, it's like the forest itself swallowed the proof they ever existed. Rangers rarely assign that campsite anymore, not officially closed, just quietly avoided. And every ranger who's worked that stretch of forest says the same unsettling thing. Some mornings, they still smell campfire smoke drifting through the trees, even when no one has camped there in weeks. So if you're ever camping somewhere remote and you wake to a fire burning brighter than it should, ask yourself one question. How long have you actually been asleep? The Whitfields probably thought it was just another peaceful morning too, right up until it wasn't.